Okay, so this is Dave, Doc Awesome. This is you're gonna have to forgive me if I'm not doing this right. My first time ever doing anything. I don't know what they call it, vlogging or something like that. And I'm also going about 48 hours without sleep, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me, all right? Well, there's only one bit of major news today, and that was that healthcare reform passed. Yay! I haven't felt this violated since that guy touched me at Chuck E. Cheese's. Now, I don't want to demonize anybody, but how could this happen? I mean, come on, when you get right down to it. Polls from both the left and the right showed that this particular bill was not popular. I'm not saying that healthcare reform itself isn't popular. Everybody wants healthcare reform, because I think we're all in agreement that the one we have now is kind of sucky. I mean, nobody likes the fact that their 65-year-old grandmother is suddenly ineligible because, hey, guess what? She aged. I mean, it's pretty pathetic. When you get right down to it, there are two things that I don't like about this bill. And the first one is the fact that there's no choice. I'm saying you have to get it. Take me, for example. I'm a young, not necessarily good-looking, but certainly healthy 26-year-old man. I'm not married. I don't have any children that I know of. The fact of the matter is, I don't need health care. They say everybody needs health care. Everybody in America needs to be insured. No, I don't. I'd like to take the however much I'm supposed to put into my health care per month that I could pay into something else, like paying off, say maybe my rent or my car insurance, which I am required to pay. Stuff like that. I don't want to have to pay for health insurance because, you know what, when I get sick, I don't go to the doctor. I suck it up because it's cheaper and I can't really miss work anyway. Second thing that I don't like about this bill is the fact that when you get right down to it, they piggyback stuff. They always do this, but there's something in there that I particularly don't like. Now, when Congress piggybacks something, is when they take a smaller bill or a separate bill and they stick it in with a bigger bill, like the health care bill, because they know that health care is important enough so that people are going to vote yea or nay, regardless of whether or not that extra bill is stuck on there. So it's like, let's say we got health care and, say Representative Stupak wants to outlaw Black Sox. Well, nobody really cares enough about Black Sox to say, no, that's ridiculous, we're not going to do that, because they care so much about health care that they say, yeah, and they pass both of them. So now, not only do we have health care that we didn't really want, but we can't wear Black Sox. In this case, the Black Sox happens to be student loan reform. The government now essentially controls your student loans. If you're in college and you use student loans, or you're about to go to college and you're looking to use student loans, congratulations. If the government doesn't like where you're going or when you're going there or what demographic you fit into, you just might not get those loans. I guess what it boils down to is the matter of what is government. Is the government there to intervene, or is the government there to control? And I think that it's there to definitely intervene. I think it's supposed to be there to catch us when we fall, not be, to be a safety net, not to be a sidewalk. Because when you use the safety net for a sidewalk, guess what? You tear it up, and it doesn't work that well. And when you get right down to it, the founding fathers certainly didn't think we were going to be this federalized. I mean, look at their original plan for America. The Articles of Confederation was so decentralized it didn't work. They had to come back 11 years later and go, okay, all right, let's try again. And then they came up with what we have now, the beginning of what we have now. And what we've done is we've become more and more federalized. Government taking more and more, power, not in a Emperor Palpatine power kind of way. They have more authority. They have more control over everyday life, and that's not the way we were meant to be as Americans. We weren't meant to be that federalized. I mean, a certain amount of federalization is necessary. Otherwise, you have no coalescing power. But we were meant to be more 50 states that came together, not a breakdown of territory within one state. And that's what we've become, and that's not good, I don't think. I don't know, maybe you have a different opinion on it. I can tell you one thing though, it's not popular here in Texas. I worked graveyard shift at a gas station, and I can tell you one thing: I did not see a single person in there, be they Democrat, Republican, black, white, purple, or polka dotted, who came in and said, "You know what? I think this whole government having more authority thing is a good idea." Nobody likes it. Nobody likes that here in Texas. We're pretty comfortable controlling our own destiny because we're not really a lot like the folks up north or the folks out west. We're right where we want to be, and we're right the way we want to be. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm giving serious thought to starting my own political party and running for president of Texas. Now some of you might say, "Doc, there's no president of Texas." There's no president of Texas yet. So, yeah, I guess that's about all I can say about that. So, woo! Republic of Texas, baby!